Hello, my fellow story lovers. Welcome. I am so happy that you stopped by Story Molder. I am Vern, your storyteller, with another wonderful story to enlighten your day. Today I will share a story told in the way that I like to tell it. So what do you do when you find a story that you like? Tell it. Today's story is entitled Straight Lick with a Crooked Stick. In almost every wood pile you can find a crooked stick. It will not lie straight, stand straight, or sit straight. It gets tangled and trips things up. Some people are just like that. They behave badly, do not conform to rules. There is always confusion in their lives. Such was the story of a young boy who was always in trouble. He broke into homes, cars, and businesses to steal anything he could to sell to help his family. He lived with his father and brother. His mother was in prison. At school, he hung with the worst kind, trying to fit in. Some days he would leave school with his thug friends, go to an abandoned house to take drugs. Often he skipped classes, walked the halls, and hid in the boys' bathroom. Still, he was smart. He rarely had to study. When he took a test, he passed it. One day, he and his friends left school. That afternoon, the janitor came up on him by chance, found him sprawled out, knocked out, and bloody on the football field. His friends had beat him down and left him there. He took him to the counselor's office. For a moment or two, the silence was painful. Then the counselor looked at him angrily and said, "Son, you are playing a role for which you have no script. You can straighten up and turn over a new leaf in life. From now on, make every move count toward changing your way of thinking. That way you can change your life." Slumped down in his chair and feeling pretty miserably defeated, he slowly raised his head. With a tearful voice he uttered, "I have a little brother. We are being raised by my father, who works very hard but does not have enough money. My mother has been in prison for a long time. I am no coward to my circumstances. My life is hard enough. The world about me is cold enough. The entire world beyond these four walls is pitiless enough. But my circumstances will no longer define me. I promise you, I will not leave out of here the same way I came." So it was. The child did just that. He graduated valedictorian of his class. With the help of his counselor and his mentor from a professional engineering organization, he received a scholarship from an HBCU. Early in his matriculation, he met a girl, and she became pregnant. The status of fatherhood scared him. He thought of a lifetime of responsibility, and it overwhelmed him. Fear mingled with joy of creation consumed his mind. While working a full-time job and going to school, his grades suffered. Finally, he dropped out and began to sell drugs. Financially, he was doing all right. The apartment he found was nice. It had enough space to accommodate his girlfriend, father, and brother. He was taking care of all of them. When he looked back over his life, he was ashamed. Immediately, he stopped selling drugs and got a job that paid for his college tuition. He was working, going to school at night, and taking care of his family. One night, he nervously went to the hospital. His girlfriend was in labor. A big fear seized upon him. Once inside the room, he saw the mother and their sleeping baby. "I can't even talk, he thought. My mind is garbled with emotions. What is this tiny thing that has been so violently ejected into the world from underneath the comforts of his mother's breast? The newborn began to wail at the unknown world. I inspect him curiously and watch his perplexed looks. I watch him blinking, breathing, and sneezing. It feels odd to be holding such a creation. I don't know how to feel. I have come to love the wee thing as he grows strong, as he unfolds itself when he cries, as he grows older and makes half-formed words, and as his eyes flinch as they catch the gleam and flash of light. How beautiful he is, with his smooth, dark brown skin and dark, curly hair, his brown eyes, his stalky limbs, and the soft, voluptuous rose which the blood of Africa has molded into his features. He has the same voluptuous features as me and his father's father. As I hold him in my arms, I feel a sense of unrest. The world in which he will live is so troublesome. There within shall he live, an African American and an African American son, a hunted one. Those bony tiny hands clinging on with hope and seeing with those bright wondering eyes that peered into my soul, a land whose freedom is to us a mockery and whose liberty is a lie. I hold my face beside his little cheek, and it bobbed like an unstable doll. So sturdy and masterful he would grow, filled with life, hopes, and dreams. After graduating from college, he accepted a new job, making twice as much as he made before. He married his girlfriend, put his brother through school, and bought a house. He can look back with pride. He advised his younger brother to look back too and review his life. He counseled him. If what you find alarms you, then you must work towards straightening out your life. If looking back brings discomfort and something of a disagreement, then you will indeed still be the crooked stick in life's woodpile. Let me tell you, as time goes on, the day changes not. The same tall trees peep in at the windows. The same green grass glints in the setting sun, and crooked sticks will become more and more crooked. The resolution? Take full advantage of opportunity. Don't play a role for which you have no script. Plan for the future by preparing for it. Straight lit with a crooked stick. Thanks for dropping by and spending time listening to my story. Come back as often as you like. I'll be happy to have you. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Goodbye for now.